made the progress up to this point. I liked the one I've done yesterday or the one last year a little better, but here we go. I'm going to continue on with the same example I started the other day. So this is for the recording, and I'm going to really increase the indigo down here along the bottom and kind of work it up. So it looks too purple for me. So I want it to be a nice shade color of indigo. And if something looks too purple, what can we add to it to make it look more neutral or less purple?
Yellow.
Right, yellow, because it's opposite on that color wheel. That's why we need to know those things. So if I'm looking at if you're looking at your apple and like, wow, it's too red. What can you add to make something less bright red? Green, and that would be yellow and blue, and it depends on how red you want it to be. In this, I'd be really careful about adding any green anywhere because it generally tends to make things your red kind of brown, which could be good in your shadow, but on your apple it might look bruised and gross and rotten. So we don't really want to create a rotten looking apple if we can help it. So I'm using mostly indigo for that shade. And if the indigo looks too blue, what can I add to make it look more neutral? Orange, which would consist of red and yellow. There we go. This is really applicable when we talk about pastels or any other paints where the colors, you don't quite have the color exactly that you want. With pastels, it's particularly important because you actually mix the color on the page. What? What can I do for you? I will pause my recording. Recording's back on. There we go. So a lot of times what happens in these drawings is they can kind of work, but they also lack intensity. We talked about pink already. Hopefully, if you end up with a pink color, you want to add some yellow right over the top of that pink color to create a more vibrant reddish, and it actually is orange technically, but if you're not liking that light pink color, it's not great. So add a little yellow to the top of that will generally help. And if you want a true green color, like we have these green stripes, careful not to use the indigo, but use blue because that combined makes that nice green. If you're looking to outline things, a fine line of indigo can work really well to create your outline. All right, that I feel like that's coming along. I'm gonna put my name on that and call it good for now. Now we can stop that recording.